I'm just confused as to why am I the last person to know and y'all already knew before me after y'all was coming for me in my comic section? So if you're reading the title of this video, then you pretty much know what's going on, but my confusion lies within my comment section because I covered this back and forth for the whole season. And y'all were coming for me after I made that comment when I had stated that they're not going to last long right after the show because they want different things only for that to be true. So if y'all can say all the crazy stuff in my comment section, like why couldn't y'all tell me that, by the way, they actually didn't last though? So I literally watched a couple of interviews and she was basically saying, by she, I mean Sian Lee, was saying that Yolk is a close friend. Yolk is a close friend. After he snaked Theo, his best friend on the show, got in competition, beat up everybody, all the contestants, only to get put back into the friend zone where he was at first. And y'all stated that they were going to last forever and ever and ever and ride out into the sunset, only for him to be back in the friend zone is crazy. Okay. And I honestly feel like it's because he cut his hair. Like ever since Yolk cut his hair, I've literally been having the ache ever since. I literally have not talked about him, looked at him, watched the show back, because why did he cut his hair? Like his hair was honestly like the best thing that he had going for him, because now he cut his hair and I don't even know who he is. He looks like two different people. So I don't know if he cut his hair. Sian was like, who is this man? I don't know this man. And she decided to put him back in the friend zone. And I'm just trying to figure it out, like what went wrong. Like, TV relationships don't really last that long. I've been noticing though. They last for a little bit and then, they go back to their busy schedule and then they forget they even have a boyfriend. And, the fire that they once probably had probably could have fizzled out. So is it safe to say that she should have just chose Theo? But then I'm actually finding out that Theo and Eugen is actually together. The whole time they were saying, oh my gosh, we're just friends. And now y'all are like literally a thing. It makes you wonder, even though I told you guys that I wanted Eugene with Junseo, I think that's his name, with Junseo. I haven't watched the show in a minute, so you already know I've been messing up their names. But the guy that was with Sian, who she wanted at first, and then he started dating everybody else in the single Inferno houses, and then she didn't want him no more, so then she found Yolk. That guy, that tall guy, the player, him, I wanted him with Eugen. But I just really didn't understand why y'all didn't like comment down below, why y'all didn't go back to the old videos to tell me that they didn't even make it. Is it because I was right though? Like I told y'all they was not going to make it after the show, because they're two different type of people and they have two different type of love styles. And she wanted more from him and he only wants to give more when he feel like it. And so if she has to beg him to give her what she wants, then he's not the right person for her. And Theo was ready to give her what she wanted, but she don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth because he's an actor. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised with their haircut. I'm not really surprised. But what I am surprised about is how y'all didn't even tell me. Like, I thought we had like a good relationship, even though we was agreeing to disagree in the comments about it. But for y'all to leave me in the dark is crazy. Like, that's like the craziest stuff ever, because I thought we were better than that. But I guess since I was right, like all the people that was literally calling me names in my comments, coming for me in my comments, y'all didn't want to tell me anything. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. But that, it's cool, whatever. I just had to make this video because I'm just like, they're not even together though. They're not even together though. and y'all was acting crazy in my comments. You know, it's cool. Now, I haven't really found any more K-dramas that I like to watch. I did watch, the whole series of When Life Gives You Tangerines. And I was literally like crying like every single episode. Like, if you haven't seen it on Netflix, like, just be prepared to cry. Like, and it's literally like 24 episodes, I think, maybe a little less, but just be prepared to cry the whole time, because it's literally an emotional roller coaster, like from episode 1 all the way until the end. And it's honestly one of my favorite, K-dramas ever. Like, I stopped like covering it after one episode because I just wanted to keep it to myself. A lot of different shows I have been just keeping to myself, especially the ones that I do really, really like. I have been gatekeeping and stuff like that because, I just like to keep things that I really, really enjoy to myself sometimes. But yeah, back to Singles Inferno. Like, I am waiting, for the new season, obviously, just like everyone else, for January 2026. But I just want to know, who all has, broken up or who is together secretly, and who would you guys actually mix and match together. So since we found out that Lee Seong and York is not together, who do you guys want to see in Single Inferno, match up if you guys had a choice? Because like I said, I never wanted, Lee Seong with York in the first place. I never wanted her with him. I wanted her to go back with Junseo. That's who I wanted her to get back at the end. I wanted them to circle back together, but she was not having it because she was already mesmerized with York, only to put him back in a friend zone. So it's safe to say that they don't even know who they need to be with in the first place. Like, they're not even listening to us. I feel like maybe in the next Single Inferno, they should have like a vote where the fans like vote. You know how like we have that voting thing for Love Island? I feel like that they should have Single Infernos, and it should be like a vote, or they should have like a game where they ask us, who we would want together, and then they let us know through a poll who has the most votes of who we think should be together. So I think they should do that, because I don't think the contestants know who they want anyways. I don't feel like I'm not going to say they have their best interests at heart, but I feel like that sometimes when you're just going off your type and your preferences, like how you will do in the real world, you're not really open up to new type of people. It kind of hinders you in a way. But I feel like if more people were more open to the idea of dating different type of people than their usual type, and not being so strict, because they're so strict on Singles Inferno. Like, remember the whole thing with Yoonjae and Sohee? Like, I feel like they could have made a good couple, but since he wasn't really open to getting to know her, and he was literally like gas hyping her and then abandoning her and then lying to her and then continuously doing that until she figured out what he was doing, like, that was crazy. And honestly, like, still to this day, I think that Yoonjae and Sohee are actually a match. He's just fighting it, but they're actually a match. But yeah, anyways, but if you guys already knew that, York and Sian wasn't a couple, comment down below. And also comment down below why you guys didn't tell me. Yeah. If you knew and you were in my past comments, why y'all didn't tell me? Why nobody told me anything? But this is what I'm talking about. But thank you guys for coming to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.